You want to make extra money in 2023. Great. This is a series of videos that I'm going to do for free. I'm not going to ask you to pay for anything. I'm just going to show you what I've learned over the last 5 years that has helped me increase my income and pay off my debt. Now, 2023 is going to be a very rough year. And to give you a little disclosure, I'm not a millionaire. What I am is average Joe who just learned how to do the extras, the little things that we don't really think about or maybe take for granted. And the very first thing I'm going to cover in this video, which is going to be unedited and raw, is I'm going to cover time. Time is extra money. And the reason why we're starting with time is because that's the most, I should say, that is the best commodity or best currency to help us make extra money. A lot of us are thinking in our head, how am I going to heat my home? How am I going to put food on the table? A lot of us are really scared because half of the politicians in the world say, oh, it's okay, it's hunky-dory. And half the politicians are like, it's doom and gloom, we're all going to, you know what, the world's falling apart. And the truth is, it's something right in the middle. It is a correction. What we are going through throughout this whole year, throughout this next timeline, is correcting our economy from what we did locking it down to what we have done to inflation. And if you are wondering whose side I'm on the side of the person looking in the mirror. To give you a little background in why I'm doing this, it's because no one else is. No one else is spending the time with you to explain where we're going and how we're going to get there. So interest rates are high. Unemployment's low. Inflation is super high. They're raising minimum wage in fast food restaurants. That's going to increase the prices of fast food. We're going through and going to go through, oh God, just kind of fire and brimstone for a little bit. So how do we get back some of the money? How do we make something extra? Well, the very first way is by asking yourself a series of questions. First of all, is this program, what I'm going to teach you for free, worth the squeeze? Is the juice worth the squeeze? And what I mean by that is there are some people that are very, very happy watching Netflix, watching Hulu, watching streamers, watching cable television, watching CNN and Fox News and MSNBC. They glue themselves to the computer. They glue themselves to the TV. They glue themselves to video games. And that makes them happy. This is for those that are, even though you may be doing those things, something in your mind is going, there's something wrong and I'm not happy. And I'd be happier if I had an extra $300 or $400 a month in my pocket, but I don't want to go work a second job. Time is a currency that we cannot get back. So we have to use it wisely. So I made a list here on my computer. I'm going to read it off. You know, how much time do I spend watching Netflix or other streaming services? So when you're sitting down, our first step is to go, okay, I'm going to ask myself these questions. How much time do I spend on adult-themed websites or hanging out on dating apps, swiping left to right? Okay. How much money do I spend on clothes or shoes I rarely wear? Now, this isn't just directed towards women, by the way. Men do the same thing. I've done the same thing. I've bought $500, $600 pair of Italian shoes, wore them once, and they collected dust for a year. Okay? How much time am I spending at the bar or the club? Do I have a plan, a goal in mind for 2023 that's achievable? Okay, so let's go over the streamers first. You have to understand that what I'm referring to is not sitting down watching an episode of Blacklist or watching maybe a movie that just came out. Maybe Black Panther Wakanda Forever when it comes out on Disney+. you should take the time to watch it if you're not going to watch it in the theater, right? You should take your time and watch an episode a day. But the hardest part about Netflix and Hulu and Amazon Prime, all those streamers, is you can watch all these episodes commercial free and it like sucks you in, okay? So there are times where you could be doing something extra like a survey or, you know, some kind, maybe take pictures of something you're selling on eBay, or maybe delivering food through DoorDash or Instagram. You could be spending that time getting one of the gigs that I'm going to go over in future videos. So just to let you know, the gig part of this, how I'm going to explain the gig jobs that I learned about and the gig economy I learned about, we're going to have to wait till for future videos. Time is the most important right now. How about dating apps? Oh my God, guys, the math behind dating apps is crazy. Did you know that the average person spends 3 hours a day on a dating app? 3 hours on Tinder or Humble or Bumble or whatever, going, huh, nope, yep, oh, yep, nope, yep, nope. And yet, it doesn't get you anywhere. You know, there are adult-themed websites. And I'm not just talking about corn. Haha, play on words. I'm also talking about things that are stretched, if you get my drift. Okay? We need to stay off those. How much time are you spending on those? How much money are you spending on OnlyFans? Right? How much time are you spending worrying about somebody responding on a message? Well, why aren't they responding? Why aren't they messaging me back? All up here. You know, how much money do you spend at the bar and club? Clothes is easy. We can distract ourselves from clothes, but how about Friday and Saturday night? Not just the money you spend, but the time you spend there. You know, if you go out at 9, 10 o'clock at night on Friday, you get home at 2 a.m., all you did was spend money and drink alcohol. Now, I'm not telling you don't go out and go to have a good time once in a while, but there are some of us that it's a routine. Sometimes twice a week, sometimes between 4 and 8 times a month. And you gotta think the average bar tab is roughly about $50. And then you're spending 4 to 6 hours at the club instead of doing something that's going to make you a little bit of, you know, cheddar. And then you got to turn all of it around and think, what goals do I want to hit that I can achieve? So I got this beautiful email from my other channel. And it's actually a girl who does OnlyFans, okay? Really cool. And she says, you know, you hear about all these people making $15,000, $20,000 a week doing OnlyFans. She's making $300, $400. And she's a hot girl. She's very beautiful. She is not by any means ugly. But sometimes those little get-rich-quick scheme stuff doesn't always work out because there's always a hidden thing that you need to pay for or you need to be prepared for in order to do it. For example, real estate courses. I don't care what anybody says. You need money to start in real estate. You need money to invest in the stock market. You don't get these things for free. There's no such thing as you can start with zero money. There's no such thing. We need some sort of small capital to always get started inside of a long-term business. But of course, our paychecks don't give us enough capital. So that's what this channel is going to be about from here on out. That's what this series of videos is going to be about from here on out. And so the very first lesson, if you haven't learned it, is you need to sit down with yourself over the next week. Because I'm going to release another video every other day until the end of 2022. And what I really need you guys to do at the end of the day is figure out how much time can you save. The more time you can save, the more extra money you can make. Hey, if you enjoyed this video, please subscribe to the channel and hit the like button, because we need to start getting this message out to as many people as possible, because there's a lot of folks out there that are looking for help, and that's what I'm here for.